Bueno, aquí tengo un video de una mujer que se convirtió en hombre. Pues bueno, es una mujer que se convirtió en hombre y vamos a ver cómo le fue.
He ahí una de las razones por las que te veo eres a todo dar.
Un abrazo grande, mi bro. Vamos allá, vamos con este video. Vamos allá.
They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better.
We tried to tell y'all, but we all got dismissed as, oh, stop mansplaining.
They need our sympathy, they need our love, and they need each other more than anything else. They need to be together.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Do you think women understand what it's like?
Javi, gracias por esa suscripción de regalo, mi bro.
To be a man?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
Who has easier lives, guys or girls?
Guys.
Why guys?
They have not many problems to deal with.
To deal with? Yeah, that's fair.
Definitely girls.
Girls have easier lives.
No, definitely guys.
Guys? Okay, why is that?
There's a lot of sexism in the world today.
Yeah.
Guys.
And why is that?
Because they don't have everything.
Aquí tú te das cuenta que no es en España, es en el mundo entero donde esta ideología ha ido impregnando. Yo estoy seguro que esto tú lo preguntas en Medio Oriente. Por ejemplo, Estados Unidos se fue a Afganistán. Las mujeres ya no pueden estudiar en Afganistán, por poner un ejemplo. Los padres pueden vender a los hijos ahora mismo en Afganistán, sobre todo a las hijas. Hace muy poco vi unas imágenes de unas 100 chicas en la India que eran huérfanas y se estaba haciendo un matrimonio concertado, chicas de 16 años, matrimonio concertado con hombres por dinero. O sea, si tú vas a otras culturas y tú preguntas esto mismo y te dicen que la mujer la tiene lo más difícil, yo te lo creo. Pero es impresionante que en Occidente te digan que es el hombre que lo tiene más fácil. Es de loco. Pero bueno.
Thing to deal with from the emotions and that sort of stuff as well. So just have it so much easier than girls.
All right, cool. So we're here with
Amandeem.
Amandeem and who?
Natalie.
And Natalie. All right, so the first question I'm going to ask you guys is,
Do you guys want to know why her titties are so big? Because they are filled with a whole bunch of lies. Of course it's easier being a man. All you have to do is be exceptionally flawless, be strong and shredded like an ox, have an IQ of Albert Einstein, be an absolute professional, and make zero mistakes.
What is easier lives, men or women?
No,
Me cae bien este loco.
Why do you say men?
because men suck.
Men suck?
Yeah, so they just have an easier life. You guys just have like shitty personalities. You guys just like suck.
We all have shitty personalities.
Los hombres apestan, creo que es lo que está diciendo.
How does that give us an easier life, though?
Because it just does.
Isn't that kind of sexist?
No.
Would it be racist if I said black people have shitty personalities?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it make you sexist if you say men have shitty personalities?
Okay, but you can't tell me you've met a man that has like an okay personality. That's like, is it a shitty person?
Do you have a father?
That I haven't seen in 3 years.
That explains a lot.
Bomba!
¡Bum! ¡La mató! Tienes un padre, no lo he visto en 3 años. ¡Bam! Se fue.
Clot.
My name's
Ya está.
You mean it?
I mean it.
Drop a hot take.
Men are trash.
Why do you feel that way?
Terrible experiences.
No, all men are trash?
It's like if all men get hurt by you saying that statement, then they're a part of the problem. If they don't get hurt by that statement, then...
Los pelos, gente. Recuerden siempre lo que les digo. Los pelos son fundamentales. Mira, lo bueno que tiene una feminista es que avisa antes. O sea, es como un semáforo. Tú lo ves. Los pelos. No te empates con esta chica. Los pelos. Te lo estoy diciendo desde ahora. El pelo avisa desde antes. ¿Ok? Si entraste, entraste. Pero el pelo siempre te avisa desde antes.
they're not a part of the problem.
Do you agree with that statement, all men are trash?
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if you guys awaken your cheek-slaying shutting gun and open your thought-a-gun, whenever a woman says, I know a lot about a man,
Men are trash. Terrible experiences.
or she talks like she understands a man, about 99.99999999999% of the time, she is talking about only being used for sex. A cum bucket. But the truth of a matter...
Está bueno el meme, boludo. Está zarpado el meme, te lo juro.
of fact is, she will never truly understand the hardships and struggles of a man's life and what kind of issues that a man goes through on a daily basis.
Women are trash isn't. Men are held accountable all the time, every
El
day.
pelo
It's
en
always-
una feminista, ese es el mejor indicio. Es como los colores vivos de una rana venenosa.
Sin duda, hermano. Se ve al toque. Es el coso de la serpiente cascabel. El cosito que suena.
No, we're
Bomba clot!
I honestly think that it is absolutely so terrible for a woman to grow up for the rest of her life thinking she's the victim, only to get hit with the cold hard fact that she is the privileged gender that society caters to. And in this documentary, Noah Vincent absolutely crushes the patriarchy argument in every single way.
She's hardly a supermodel or movie star, but today, Nora Vincent is getting the full-blown glamour treatment. Nora's a writer, and one of these shots will adorn the cover of her new book.
This wasn't just a stunt. This was about learning. This is a human project. It was about finding something out about the human creature, and I learned it the best possible way because I went through it.
What Nora went through, or more accurately, what she became in the last 2 years, was a man.
Yeah, a little bit shorter on the top. Okay.
No, Nora didn't get a sex change operation. She did it the old-fashioned way, with acting and a disguise. At 5'10", 155 pounds, and wearing men's size 11 shoes, Nora was a natural. When all the pieces are together, hair, makeup, voice, posture, style, the transformation is complete.
Así parece un hombre.
And Nora Vincent becomes Ned Vincent.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue.
A happy she is a she. The irony is not lost on Nora that it took a trip into manhood to help her appreciate her own femininity.
I'm so much closer to myself than I ever was, that I really like me. I really like being me, and I really like being a woman.
Did you like being a woman before, Ned?
I did, but I like it more now because I think it's more of a privilege.
I like it more now because I think it's more of a privilege.
Ella reconoce que es un privilegio ser mujer después que pasó un proceso de transformación, convertirse en un hombre, para hacer todo lo que tenía que hacer un hombre. Después de eso se dio cuenta y empezó a valorar lo que significa ser un hombre. Que ojo, las mujeres también pasan por cosas que son súper difíciles. Yo me como todo lo que me tenga que comer con tal de no tener que parir, boludo. O sea, yo vi a Melina ahí y dije, no, gracias. O sea, yo hago lo que tenga que hacer, pero te lo agradezco mucho, te lo regalo. O sea, las mujeres también tienen que pasar por temas muy complicados. Eso sí, pero los hombres también, cabrones. Los hombres también.
In other terms, allow me to put this into context so you
Bumbleclutz.
have a better understanding. When Miss Noah Vincent was a man, she felt alone because society does not care about her or her feelings. But when Miss Noah
Evidencia anecdótica. Rosana, gracias por venir a mis directas en Twitch.
Vincent was a woman, society and people tend to help her more because, like she said, being a woman is a privilege. I want you guys to think of it like a game of chess. Andrew Tate?
For a man is harder than life for a woman. We need to have a to be an important man. To be a woman, you need makeup.
Ah, por favor.
That they choose. They both have a path of least resistance and they both have a path of the most. But what I think this question is really asking is who can get the furthest in life or live the best in life while doing the least? And the answer to that would have to be women.
You're smart. You're loyal. You're grateful.
The only way for a woman to truly understand just how difficult a man's life is to simply walk in his shoes.
I wanted to enter male spheres of interest and see how men are with each other. I wanted to make friends with men. I wanted to know how male friendships work from the inside out.
Ned's first act as a newly minted male was to join that quintessential bastion of camaraderie, a men's bowling team. The only problem was she's a terrible bowler.
I probably bowled before this 3 times in my life, and that was, in high school when you do it with both hands, So it was just insane for me to walk into this place without any.
And why didn't they just run you out of town when they saw how bad you were?
It's an amazing thing because I think that shows you the generosity that they had.
It was the first of Nora's many surprises.
Fíjate que aquí dice que le mostraron generosidad, porque claro, como es una mujer, no tiene la misma fuerza. No sé cuántos de ustedes han tirado bolos, pero pesan estos bolos. Pesan, o sea, son pesados. Y supongo que sí, que como mujer le era complicado y los hombres lo que hicieron fue ayudarlo.
She thought these guys from a working-class Pennsylvania neighborhood would mock Ned's bowling and reject him as a guy. But from their first meeting, they accepted Ned.
The handshake was unbelievable. It blew me away the first time I shook hands with a guy, a strange guy. And I was amazed because you think of women, we're so...
De lo mejor que tenemos los hombres. Tú llegas a una cancha de básquet y el otro está todo sudado y tú estás acabado de llegar, pero no te importa, o sea, es buen apretón de mano y el choque de pecho aunque el otro esté todo sudado, no importa, o sea, ahí sí digo que en esas cosas vale la pena ser hombre, o sea, es verdad, esto es una realidad.
Nice, we're so easy, men are so mean.
The team had bowled together for 9 months, and gradually Nora gained entrance into the inner sanctum. She found that all the cussing and good-natured ribbing is just how men often show affection for each other.
A lot of women say it's difficult to bond with a man. But the truth of a matter of fact is, you can give a man and his pal a freaking yoga ball, and he can absolutely have a fucking blast with it.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Nora came to see that between men, intimacy is sadly lacking.
There's a tremendous potential for tenderness between men, and I'm not sure that it's always realized, and it's terribly sad.
Cracking the mystery of a boy's night out is one thing, but what about the explicit world of a man's sexuality?
I really ran smack up against the difference between male and female sexuality is that female sexuality is mental. It's up here. And male sexuality is a bodily function. It's a necessity. You just have to do it.
You went to a couple of sex clubs. What were you trying to get at?
Well, at first I thought This is sort of the quintessential guy thing to do, right? The bachelor party at the strip club. When I told people initially that I was doing this, they'd say, oh, you gotta go to a strip club.
She says the clubs were obviously sexual, but once again lacking in intimacy, which leaves men emotionally frustrated.
I saw the men there. I saw the looks on their faces. I saw them sitting alone nursing their bourbon. And this is not about appreciation of women, of course. It's not about appreciation of their own sexuality. It's about an urge. And that's not always that pleasurable, really.
These guys who go to these high-priced clubs would say this isn't about pain, it's about pleasure.
Men have had the tears and the emotional expression sort of pounded out of them from an early age. And so by the time they're men, they don't even have the vocabulary anymore or the emotional awareness to really say what they're feeling.
Nora says strip joints are about pure sex drive, completely empty of any meaningful interaction, even when a woman is gyrating on your lap.
But you're attracted to women. Were you ever aroused during any of these?
I really ran smack up against the difference between male and female sexuality is that female sexuality is mental. It's up here.
Whereas for men, Nora says, sexuality is, shall we say, below the waist.
At its core, it's a bodily function. It's a necessity. It is such a powerful drive, and I think because we don't have testosterone in our systems, we don't understand how hard it is.
Ok, la mujer sí tiene testosterona, lo que pasa es que tiene muchísima menos cantidad que el hombre, pero está.
So it never gets cold where you back in Australia?
Throughout the project, Ned dabbled in the art of picking up a woman.
Where'd your friend go?
We went with him to this bar, wearing hidden cameras.
This is my friend JC, I'm Ned.
Nora was reminded that in this arena, it's women who have all the power.
We sit there and we, just with one...
Descubriste que la mujer es la que tiene todo el poder en las relaciones amorosas. Ya lo descubrió, mira. Una mujer que se da cuenta que tiene todo el poder, boludo. Impresionante, ¿eh?
Word.
Impresionante.
No, crush someone. And the thing is, we don't have to do the part where you cross the room and you go up to a stranger and say the first words. And those first words are so hard to say without sounding like a cheese ball or sounding like a jerk or whatever else.
If you are a man who cannot handle rejection, a simple no, the world will be extremely dark, especially for a passive, timid man. But a passive woman, she will get through life just fine.
Sin duda, sin duda. Una mujer pasiva, igual. Va a conseguir pareja.
Things that you wouldn't notice before. So for example, not being charged for that extra drink or dessert at a restaurant, having someone offer to put the air in your tires rather than see you struggle doing it.
Because remember, dating for a woman is going on a shopping spree. But dating for a man is like a job interview. Noah Vincent will say to you that women sleep with whoever they want. But men, we sleep with who we can.
And what do you guys do?
Eso es una realidad. Ahora, las mujeres que se acuestan con cualquiera todo el tiempo, pues evidentemente van a tener malas experiencias porque se van a acostar con hombres que quieren una mujer que sea fácil. Entonces, después es que pasa lo que pasa con estas chicas, que dicen todos los hombres son iguales. No, tú eres una mujer fácil. Y todos los hombres que te han cogido, como tú eres una mujer fácil, son hombres que van a coger mujeres fáciles. Esa es la gran diferencia. No es que todos los hombres sean iguales, es que todos los hombres que tú te has cogido son hombres que te querían nada más para coger. Esa es la gran diferencia.
Nora says the brush-off Barbara Jones gave Ned was typical.
She was just sort of emblazoned with hostility. You know, just looked at you and you saw everything cross her face, which was, oh, God help me, not again. I'm trying to have a drink with a friend and I've got to deal with you.
Barbara was trying to dispose of Ned before her friend returned from the bathroom.
We haven't seen each other in a while, so we gotta head out to the office.
But Ned returned and told Barbara the truth about her gender.
You gave us all the lines, like, trying to get rid of us. And as a woman, I have such sympathy. I'm like, oh, I hate being this guy that you're trying to get rid of.
Talking to a woman, Barbara seemed more open and friendly, and in the end, actually apologized for how she had treated Ned.
So,
sorry for being bitchy.
Please.
Al final, la mujer se disculpa por cómo lo trató, pero si hubiera sido un hombre, jamás y nunca le hubiese pedido disculpas. Lo hubiese tratado como una mierda igual.
Does that kind of living in the skin of a man in the bar scene, in the dating scene, give you a different kind of respect for men?
It gives me a certain definite sympathy. And I don't mean that there's any disrespect, but it just makes me understand what's going on.
Nora, as Ned, also went on about 30 dates with women, mostly arranging them on the internet.
Did you have any fun?
Rarely.
It was just an ordeal.
Yeah.
She says the pressure of Ned having to prove himself was grueling. Nora was surprised that many women had no interest in a soft, vulnerable man.
My prejudice was that the ideal man is...
¡Te lo estoy diciendo! ¡Te lo estoy diciendo! Ninguna mujer quiere un hombre flojo. ¡Te lo estoy diciendo! Llevo años diciéndoselo en mis canales. Las mujeres no quieren hombre flojo. Pero claro, tiene que disfrazarse una mujer de hombre para venir a decírtelo. O sea, que te lo estoy diciendo, hermano.
As a woman in a man's body. And I learned, no, that's really not. There are a lot of women out there who really want a manly man.
Ultimately, Ned told most of his...
La que te diga que no, te está mintiendo. Es mentira. A las mujeres les gusta, no importa la cara, mira cómo te digo, el físico. Las mujeres quieren hombres fuertes. Hazme caso, eso es lo que te estoy diciendo. Hazme caso.
states that he was Nora. Many of the women reacted angrily, but usually just for a little while. Some women wanted to continue the relationship.
They remained interested in pursuing something further. You know, so whereas...
Sexually?
Yeah. And that was heterosexual women who... That's what I'm saying. It's all up here. Because they said, well, we connected. And, you know, there's something I really like you and I don't care. How many guys would do that? That's the difference between male and female sexuality right there.
This right here, Miss Noah Vincent, just proved the red pill ideology that women, they fall in love with how you make them feel. It's the exact same way how women, they fall in love with their ears. They want to feel heard and understood. But men, we fall in love with our eyes. It's the exact same reason why women wear makeup and men lie.
Nora says she found differences not only in...
Igual esto es una pelotudez de la red pill. Esa es exactamente la razón por la que... Seven, está complicado el nombre, gracias por la suscripción con Prime. Los hombres no tienen por qué mentir. ¿Ok? Porque él dijo aquí, esa es exactamente la razón por la cual las mujeres llevan maquillaje o... Sí, maquillaje en general y los hombres mienten. No está bueno. No está buena esa conclusión de los red pillers. O sea, me parece a mí que esa es la receta precisamente para entrar en una relación falsa. Una mujer con un exceso de maquillaje que no te vas a acostar por la noche con la misma mujer que amanece por la mañana y un hombre que miente, que se acostumbra a mentir, pues precisamente esa es la receta para el desastre en un matrimonio, la verdad. Y es lo que los red pillers promueven. O sea, es lamentable, de verdad. Es lamentable que el feminismo haya desembocado en los red pillers. Es lamentable, pero bueno, es lo que tenemos y es lo que hay que ir reparando poco a poco.
In sexuality and intimacy, but in every walk of life.
I'm in the market for a car and...
Take, for example, shopping for a new car. Going in as Nora, the sales pitch quickly becomes flirtatious.
Any guy that gets in is going to feel like, okay, this girl.
I want to date this girl just for a car.
Well, I didn't say it.
But going back to the same salesman as Ned, the tone was all business, and the talk was all about performance.
They have a 3-liter Duratec V6 engine.
And in the end, a personal touch for Nora, the salesman would never have offered Ned.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
This documentary was exceptionally well put together. Miss Noah Vincent went above and beyond, and she didn't have to. That's why she will always have my respect. She's the only feminist that I will ever say that I respect. But unfortunately, I found out that Miss Noah Vincent
se suicidó.
Passed away by the hands of her own doing. For my assumptions, most likely depression. Just like most men.
De hecho, no es lo que él asume. Se dice que sí, que fue por depresión. Que después de que pasó por todo esto, según estuve leyendo, tuvo una gran depresión después que hizo toda la transformación en hombre y terminó quitándose la vida. Después de que hizo todo este experimento social.
Suffer in silence because that's what society demands from us. Society does not give a two rat's ass fucking in a ranch Dorito bag about how we feel or what we think. Now, this is truly a sad story for this woman. But for men, it's life. There's no fucking switch for us. I just want to say, rest in peace, Miss Noah Vincent. This woman is the only woman that I know who truly and genuinely want to understand what it was like being a man, to walk in her shoes.
A ver, pero tienen que entender que también estamos hablando de un hombre débil. Evidentemente todo se le pone más difícil siempre en la vida a un hombre débil. Todo se le pone más difícil. Conseguir mujer se le pone más difícil. Conseguir trabajo se le pone más difícil. Bro, yo no sé si era porque físicamente siempre he estado así, pero por ejemplo, a mí me tomaban rapidísimo en la construcción. Rapidísimo. Yo iba vestido evidentemente con una camisa, pero que me quedara ajustada, que me quedara apretada, que se viera que yo era un hombre con un buen físico, con un buen porte. Y me preguntaban, ¿tú a qué estás dispuesto a hacer? Todo, lo que sea. Yo trabajo de todo, sé manejar esto, sé hacer de todo. Lo que ustedes me pongan a hacer. Y casi siempre me tomaban en los trabajos. Claro, tú para un trabajo ves a un hombre feminizado, si se quiere, y es complicado que encuentre trabajo. Para guardia de seguridad me tomaban al toque. Alto, fuerte, ya está. Ven, mañana estás aquí. Me tomaban al toque. No tuve problema, la verdad. Yo llegué a Uruguay y encontré trabajo así. Yo llegué a Estados Unidos y encontré trabajo así. Nunca tuve problema. También porque sé hacer de todo. Pero es que eso es lo que tiene que hacer un hombre. Para eso tiene que preparar un padre a un hijo. Es eso lo que hay que hacer. Y por eso es tan importante el patriarcado. Porque el patriarcado es quien prepara a los jóvenes que vienen. Por eso es tan importante. Evidentemente, esta señora, Nora Vincent, pues estaba jugando con desventaja. Igual que muchos hombres juegan a día de hoy con desventaja. Muchísimo. Es así.
This woman is a goddamn hero for that. And for that, in honor for her work, gentlemen, may we have a moment of silence for this woman.
Bueno. Y aquí esto es payasada ya. Pero bueno. Pero en realidad este experimento social sí es muy importante. Vamos a ir con este video. Me lo mandó un amigo. Que es de...